We're struggling together, brothers.
Okay, we are live, and I am currently showing the dungeon masters my characters. I'm not sure I did it right, but I filled it in anyway, kind of.
Okay,
Bob,
so
do you want me to continue, or what do you want me to do?
yes, I'm just going to
Okay,
interject that the correct term is game manager.
game managers. Okay,
Yeah, or game
Manager,
manager.
that's
Yeah.
only Mario.
there's only Mario. Okay. So Dr. Thomas Toons Thomas has a photographic memory, and he's a singer. He's always singing. He's got quite a range. And in fact, that's one of his weapons. He's got a painful note reach he can reach. And one of his weapons is a gas pen. And he also has a white forelock, which actually is LSD infused. And he's able to, pick a couple of those out and use those for confusing people, and that's his main skill is chemistry.
But confusing people, how's he injected into the other person?
Oh, there you go. That's a good question. He could just have it's like, hey, I got a hair in my drink. I don't know.
So that's part of the gist of this is that you have to, if you're going to say something like that, you have to be able to explain it. It doesn't have, and not necessarily, prove reality physics or anything.
Okay. Well, that's it. Then
that's fantasy, as long as it doesn't get, completely out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
And Mario's the judge of that. So
well, we can vote on certain things.
No, that's good. Oh, so that's what happens is I throw something out and
you have to explain how it happens. Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll save you in most cases. I'll explain the environment that you're in. Mostly when you're having when you're under stress, where there's a battle or a precarious situation, then you have to, like, I say, oh, you roll bad luck and you fall over the edge of a suspended bridge, and you go, okay, I'm rolling luck for me now, and to see if you have any luck doing that, or you have your acrobatic skill, you say, I'm rolling my acrobatic skill to catch the edge of the bridge as I fall. You see, that's where it goes.
Okay, so
want me to run that by you again? Did I say that too fast?
No, that's all right. I get it. It's like whatever situation we're being placed in, if it's involves this or that, you got to roll. You call what you're about to use. You roll for it.
But the emphasis was really on your description. You have to describe if you get into a situation where you're going to die, especially your main characters.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, describing something is better than rolling luck can be bad, because if you roll another 6, let's say you had bad luck already and you roll another 6, then I go, oh, well, start rolling up another character because your guy just died.
Oh.
But instead of doing, you have that option to roll luck.
Okay.
You always have the option to roll luck. But if you're better off if you have a skill that works in the situation, like acrobatics would in that particular, on a suspension bridge, and you have a chance to grab one of the ropes as you're falling. Then you use your acrobatic skill. You can use your coordination too.
Roll for coordination in terms of like.
You could say, I want to roll for coordination to catch the edge of the bridge as it's collapsing.
Okay, so even though I've already entered a coordination number, I can roll.
Right. You can roll it, and you can just roll it out. You have an option here too, because let's say your coordination is 13, you can just roll a d20 for that.
Okay.
Later on, when you start counting single points, you go to 100 and you can do that with. So basically, using the d20s for your basic statistics there, and then you're using d100 for the skills. You're 5 times this. That's I could leave it at the d20 level. That's a vestige of working with the Chaosium systems.
I want to interject something.
Okay, go ahead.
Ellis, in playing, one thing I would say, and Mario can agree or disagree with this, but I would say that if you think back to the old serials and the old swashbuckler things, the old movies, the old Robin Hood, that's kind of what you're thinking. Like, what can I do? They don't just stab somebody. I'm going to jump on a table and jump down and hit him with a whatever,
To save against cliffhanger ending.
Yes. But I mean, that's kind of what you do. But you don't have to. It doesn't have to make a lot of sense. But if you have a reason for doing it and why you're doing it, and
so that's where the improv comes in. That's where your improv skills come in.
Yeah,
and you could have Grok on the side, writing a response.
Mario has been investigating quite a bit of Grok. He's been sending me some stuff. That's pretty cool.
This guy too.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've read it.
Yeah.
It's a tool.
Yeah,
it's be a good movie. Bozo the Clown versus Godzilla.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. When you sent it through him? Through Grok, did you expect Bozo to remain human-sized, or did it surprise you when he was still human-sized?
I think I wrote down that he was normal-sized, but they well, the story, he's normal-sized.
Mm-hmm. But then they gave you the picture giant. It was high. Right. Yeah, it was Kaiju at that point. Right. Yeah.
Which was pretty funny in itself.
Yeah. Which that's perfectly understandable. So so basically I've got these guys, and we'll just go with his chemistry skill, gas pen weapon, and painful singing ability. And a guide. Is there anything special that? For instance, I've given him as weapons his iron grip, and he's got knuckle implants, and he's also good with a lariat. Is that anything that a guide would have? What is a guide necessarily? Is there some?
Wait a minute. Not all your characters are superheroes. Just the one.
Yeah, just the one. So he's
the one with the lariat, right?
Yeah. He's got a lariat. Yeah.
Okay, because you started talking about a different character.
Yeah. This is Bondo.
So that needs to be listed. And I wanted to explain something on the sheet that we're looking at on the screen here. It has weapons listed, and then it says skill, and that's not where you actually list skill. What that is, and it's not clear. I get that. Is that's your weapon skill? That's where you're going to put your weapon skill.
Okay.
Even though. Usually you just roll coordination. So these are really old. I probably should do a new one, but I'll let you guys. I'm not going to make you rewrite everything. So
that's okay. I'll rewrite it. This is a big mess.
Ignore that until you have a weapon skill change, because normally you just roll your coordination. But as you know, as I wrote in the notes there, soldiers have +20 on weapons. Right, or if you're a trained assassin or a trained, anything at boxing, or that would affect boxing. Actually, that would be a separate skill. But if you were, let's say, you're trained as a soldier, you usually have a better understanding of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So to not to get too complicated about it, I just made it +20 on weapon skills. So if you have 80, if you're let's say you're 16 already, your coordination is 16.
Mm-hmm.
A 20 gives you a 20. I mean, those 20 percentages gives you 100% skill, is what I'm saying. Am I getting confusing? Is that clear? I know I backed up and regurgitated.
How about you, Scott? Is it clear to you?
The only thing that I'm a little unclear on is, you sent me the list of the notes that what each skill is based off of, but I know there's a multiplier, but I don't know how many ones and two. I know we went over that a little bit last week. You know, so for example, my
For what?
soldier,
Yeah.
well, my soldier or my professor has a skill of soldier, and that's his body and his mind divided by 2,
Right.
and that comes out to 25 and a half, which would be 26. But I got to multiply that by something to get the percentage, correct?
No, you have to divide it by 2.
Well, I did that. It's 19 and 16. Wait,
You didn't divide it by 2.
And I didn't, did I?
No.
Okay.
I've got that list of kind of a how-to still around.
Okay, so I've got a 13. So do I multiply that by something? I know that like you have like a prime skill.
Okay, I already know the answer to that one. Because he's a soldier, what you got was plus 20% on your weapons.
Okay.
Now, if a skill if there's a situation where you think a soldier has a special skill,
Yeah.
like maybe, okay. Whose phone is that?
I don't know. It's not mine.
That's my landline. It's,
Okay.
Also, unavailable.
I got it muted. Okay. Well, it's still ringing. Anyway, ignore it.
Made me want to jump up, I gotta admit.
Everybody, I'm milling over the landline.
Yeah, it's been a
I
while
can't
since.
ignore it.
Yeah.
So you said if there's a special skill that a soldier would be.
Scott, we're going to wait until that's finished because I can't.
Can't think.
I can't multitask.
It's not 5 minutes ago.
ADH, whatever it is.
Ear. It's in your head. So you were saying
I don't want that confusing the other sounds in my head.
Right.
you were confusing. You were saying that if there's another incident where he would use a soldiering skill.
For instance, survival.
Okay.
So in that case, yes, plus 20 again for that.
Okay.
But you don't have to list them all now. You can do them as we come up and we come up with a solution. But yes, you can put that down. If you were a soldier, that's what you get. You get plus 20 survival and plus 20 with weapons. That seems like, work reality, right?
That seems reasonable.
It's not accurate for individuals, but it's overall as a blanket rule. That's what happened with the games. They got bogged down in their own rules.
Yeah.
Well, sure, I can see that happening pretty easily. Yeah.
Yeah. But let's get back to Ellis's sheet again.
Oh, do you want to see that sheet again? Okay.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're going to fill it out. Can you write on it while it's on the screen?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, no, I can't.
You can't.
Think of it.
Make up your mind. Okay.
Well, wait a second. Maybe I can write on it.
Of course I can.
We'll move up to the neater one, and I think I've already started writing on it, so I can do it. It's complicated though.
Okay. So what should we do? How do we handle it?
Like when I ask my employees, did you use spell check on that? Oh,
well,
yeah.
actually, yeah, I can be filling it out to the side because it's on the scanner. Let me get it off the scanner, and I'll just make any additions that you tell me to make on the actual sheet.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
That's all we got to do. I don't know why I was thinking I had to physically deal with the pixels.
I mean, that's what I'm doing while we're talking. Mario sent me some notes to help fill out mine. So
okay, well, there you go.
I'm working on that because I don't have.
I'll just send you mine. You can fill it out for me. There we go.
I don't really fill it out, but you could send it to me. Yeah.
I use Grok.
Let's work. But we're all set up now to do this, right?
Okay, so let's go with Bob. Just go ahead and fill Bob Bondo Burnham in. For one thing, just go ahead and tell me if I've got any sort of realistic notion about what a guide is. What is a guide?
Well, a guide would probably have survival skills.
Okay,
That would be one of his main skills, survival.
Okay, there it is, nice and big. Bob
Naturally, he'd have to have some idea of the area that they're going into, some kind of training in that area.
So his skill is survival.
Now, if
he's got experience. He's got experience with the ground we're on.
Arctic. How about Arctic survival?
Arctic survival. Okay.
Uh-oh. Sounds cold.
So this way they meet. That's your tie-in, because you're hiring guys. You know, you're looking around to hire guys, and
we're headed into Cthulhu country, right? It's cold.
At some point you're going to be going there.
Okay.
And actually now I've had time to work on the campaign, because I have adventure modules, and I have my own campaign. The one that I had fleshed out takes place in the Victorian period.
Okay.
Okay.
And the one that you guys are playing, I was going to continue the one I played in Oklahoma, actually, with two of my cronies from OU.
Wow.
Cool.
That's the guy that I told you that I thought he died, and then he finally sent me a letter.
So this is a well-worn, used, and proven game system we're going to move into.
Well,
okay.
I started doing this 50 years ago.
Okay. Excellent.
And to me, some of the best times, my best memories are in playing those games. So I'm a huge nerd. I'm surprised that I'm not a virgin.
We talked about that as a skill too. Yeah. So anyway, so there's that guy. Anything else I should probably be thinking about for?
Can you make the image smaller again?
Sure.
So we could look at all four. We could do all four of them at the same time. And so you can give that guy Arctic survival skill.
Okay. I've made a note of that.
But let's go. Let's do it from the top down, and I'll move faster, and we can get it done. Get her done.
Okay. Vincent Viper Malone, body 20, energy 14, mind 14.
You rolled a 20. You got 20. I forgot how you did that, but yes. Okay. Well, he's at the level, the top level of mortal power.
I think he just gave
body.
It. Okay, you just gave it to him.
You just gave it to him. Yeah, because that was for him, and we did something for Scott's guy too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so coordination is body and mind divided by 2.
Okay.
Knocks it
okay,
down
body and mind divided by 2. That's 34. That's 17. Coordination.
17, coordination, and I'm going to get, because he's one of the main characters, I'm going to give you an extra point on that.
Okay.
Make that 18.
All right.
Coordination.
Okay, got it.
Willpower is energy and mind. 14. Not a great willpower. Not a great willpower for a superhero.
So this is 20. So it's just 14 again, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of his weaknesses. He could be hypnotized pretty easily.
Okay. Yeah, I think I made a note of that. Weakness, hypnotism.
Yeah, or suggestion.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
he's weak.
His willpower is weak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And his strength should be what?
His strength is energy and body, which is
18.
18.
Okay.
So he's very strong. That's very strong.
All right.
18 is very strong. So he's a strong guy.
Okay.
Was that part of your description?
Yes.
Because he is strong.
Well, no. His description is more like.
These guys are like monsters, and so is Mickey. He's got a 17 strength.
Well, I probably just started filling in the blanks on these things.
No, you can't do that.
Okay, can't do that.
We got 19. The coordination is body and mind.
The Viper's
3,
skill
17. So that's correct.
Okay,
And
is it?
Willpower. This coordination is willpower is energy and mind. So that would be 15.
Okay.
16. 15. That is. That's 15. That's
15
rounded up.
on willpower.
Yeah, 15.
Okay, that's better.
So you-
And strength
and then-
is
energy and body.
so that's 30. So that'd be 15 again. Okay, so there we go. I've corrected that.
No, it's not. It's not 30. It's body
No,
and
it's
energy.
15. Okay, body and energy, and that's 16 and 14. So that's
No,
30.
oh, is that 14 on the top? I thought it was
Yeah,
19.
it looks like 19, doesn't it? Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. That changes everything.
That changes everything.
I thought it was 19.
Okay, no.
Looked like a 19.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So let's go back. So this guy's not going to be too great then.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Well, he's still. What should he
Wah,
have
wah.
for coordination
That's right.
now?
So 14 and 16 is 15. 15 coordination.
Well, he's 15 all the way down the line then. Okay.
No,
Because his energy is 16, and that always adds up to
his willpower
30.
is lower. His willpower is 15. Oh, it does. Oh,
Right.
It ends up being 15 all the way down, like you said.
Okay,
Body
so
and
we got him
energy.
filled out.
Wait a minute. Body and energy is higher. So it's not 15 all the way down. You guys are Russian. Relax.
Okay. Yeah,
Become
we're in no hurry.
Americans. Don't be Russian. Be American. Okay.
Always
So-
good.
Let's see. So the strength is 17. That's correct. Or 18, actually. Oh, no, it's a 14. I keep thinking it's a 19. 15. So that does make 15 there, right?
Yeah,
Body and energy is strength.
as you can
15.
see, I am updating this as I
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
You
So,
got
yeah, I
20.
went all the way down the line. It looks like I'm 15 on all those things.
But that can't
Coordination,
be
will,
right.
and strength.
Oh, that's a 14. I keep seeing a 19 there. Holy mackerel. Okay.
Well-
I'm fixating on that 19 there. Okay. You're right. 15. All right. So that's actually, it's above average.
Okay. So
All these guys are
Mickey
above
Sparks O'Rourke is above average.
That was the whole point. Remember, I said the standard guy is going to be like 12 all the way around.
Mhm.
This is
He's a
normal
mechanical genius.
But these guys are think of Doc Savage and his crew. You know, they're
Right.
all extra talented.
That's the appeal to me, is that we are creating something
Not a
that
team. You
can.
actually both have a small superhero team,
Mhm.
or super. Well, they didn't really call them supers in the some of the poems.
In the pulp area. No, they didn't.
Adventurers.
They were
They
adventurers,
understood they
heroes.
had to be mortal. Yeah,
They were
sure.
more. Okay, so Bob Bondo. Looks like you got that. That looks about right. That looks about right. Okay, we're down to your. Oh, those are the four guys. That's right. So okay. So questions now. So Vincent Viper Malone. You see what Scott did? Maybe Scott can show his character
I've
sheet.
got it here somewhere.
Oh, do you? Okay, so you can see
You
how.
want me to share what Scott did?
I can
no.
share.
Okay, share it. I'll take mine off and change layouts here. Or there we go.
Let's see.
My red light is working less on my lighting now. That's
Because
interesting.
I think it got sunny outside.
Yeah, well, it actually ought to be getting dimmer, and I ought to be getting redder. It's weird. Oh, that's my understanding. There we go. Let me share that.
Can you see it?
Add to stage. Here we go. Oh, what does it say? Oh, remove other media streams. Okay. Stop screen. Okay, and then I'll add yours. Add to stage.
There we go. Okay,
There
so
we go.
this is, I filled it out in Adobe, and I've got Mario's notes here to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So while y'all have been talking, I've been filling out
Hmm.
with on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I'll fill mine out
that-
nice and
that
neat
looks
too.
different. How come yours didn't have 5 spaces for the skills? I don't get
I modified the page
Good.
layout.
Can you give that to Ellis?
Sure.
Because he
Send
needs
me
to.
one.
He needs to see those. those character sheets, those are my old character sheets. So I just use those because they were closest to the development that stage. I stopped doing it. And,
Can you read?
But this sheet is better because Ellis has a character that has 8 skills so he needs that space.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Anyway, so this is what I have now. I've added some stuff by hand. So, for example, my stuntman is like here on Oklahoma Smith. Let's see. But I don't know if I need to multiply these. But stuntman is
you
coordination.
multiply them. You multiply them. Yeah, that's the skill, the basic skill.
Okay, so for stuntman, I have 17.
Actually, it would be his. Remember the scale 5 times, 4 times, 3 times. So you were supposed to do that twice. So you have 2 skills that are at 5 times the skill. You have 2 skills that are 4 times the skill. You have 2 skills that are 3 times the skill. And
okay, I'm at 3 then. So the 17.
You have to choose. You have to pick the 2 that are most important to you and give those 5 times the skill. And then the second set would be the 2 that are almost as important as the first ones.
I think what I did
4
was
times the skill. You see?
pilot and sailor were my top 2. And those were the 5 times?
5 times.
And then soldier and diver were my next 2 that were 4 times. And then then boxer was 3, and so I need to do stuntman times 3, which is 17 times 3. So is that 51? Okay.
I didn't know on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, it's 51. 51.
Okay. Sorry, I'm using the calculator.
Sure.
Archaeologist. How many 3s do I get? Because I got 2 already.
You get 2 of each, so that's
Okay,
only a 2. So he's
the other one.
He's I'm going to demote him to an assistant professor.
No. This isn't the professor. This is the main character.
Your main.
Oh, this is your character. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. So he's an adjunct professor at the not Miskatonic because he would know too much.
Sir Sampati.
Sir Sampati. That's correct.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Okay. So.
Oh no, that's actually. Sorry. That's Miskatonic University. I changed the name.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically the same place. If you know what Miskatonic, you know what Miskatonic University is, right?
Yeah.
Ellis?
So.
Sure. Yeah.
The Batman uses it. The Batman comics.
It's where Herbert West is from. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And many of the stories take place in there, around there.
So my last 2 I multiplied times 2, and so he's done. Oklahoma Smith is done. Oh, except I didn't add, and so I figured out my weapon skill.
Is that a number instead of any sort of descriptive thing?
100% skill. Yeah, I mean, it's 100% percentage.
Okay.
So you use a 100-sided die.
And
I could simplify this game, by you just use a D20 most of the time.
It would work okay because you just buy 5s.
But that's right. At this point, it's still 5s, and that's actually a layover from Chaosium again. They really make you work for points. But if you it depends on how long the game lasts, how long the campaign lasts. Also. So that's how I based it. Keep going simpler and simpler. The last thing I designed was a tactical game with this guy who had been a photographer in Kosovo during the wars there. He was a war photographer. We started writing a book together too, but I don't know why I stopped doing it.
Okay, so that's Oklahoma Smith.
Yep.
Dickie Green. I've got his I've got his base number for his skills, but I don't know what to multiply them by.
Now, why? Okay, wait, slow down. Oh, coordination is 85, so you added 20 to that. So what you should put there is 105.
Okay. I didn't know if I could. So I never miss.
So what? Let me tell you how that works, because that's not only you never miss, except if you can always what do they call it? Fail. You can always fail.
Sure.
There's always, like, if you hit 100, if you roll 100, you fail.
I've proven that many times.
You can always fail.
There's always room for failure. Okay.
So it's not that you never miss, but you probably won't.
Right.
However, let's say you're shooting against two guys. You could split your shots and say 50 and 55. You could do that, or you could dodge and shoot.
So
let me explain the basic mechanics. You're each turn when you're in combat. That's the only time you use turns. Is 3 seconds. You can move 6 inches, but which we're not concerned about so much right now.
Yeah.
So it's 3 seconds, a 3-second turn. So you have to think, what do I do in 3 seconds? You can shoot, or you can dodge. You can reload. It might take you longer than 3 seconds to reload, though.
It's a quicker reload.
Will this occur on a board as we play?
I'm going to be trying to put everything out with miniatures and scale. Whenever we have an encounter, I'll have a board, and I was thinking I could use the phone.
Sure.
And you guys can see what your characters are doing.
Sure. Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Do you have any miniatures for this, Mario?
I have miniatures for everything. Any time period, any war.
Nice. Mario, I went down a rabbit hole one time on a British website that does miniatures. I think it was Cobblestone.
Oh, yeah, Cobblestone.
And they had hundreds of all areas. It was crazy, the stuff they had. Anyway. Okay, so I've got
a lot of his stuff.
Yeah,
he was one of the better sculptors.
So, so I know. So I've got my main character done. My secondary characters. How many their skills? I know the base numbers. I've got it written down.
4 numbers. You get 4 skills. 1 at 5 times, 1 at 4 times, 1 at 3 times, and 1 at 2 times.
Okay, so I just got to type this in then. I've got all this then.
Okay.
And a skill like con man works like fast talk or convince. Like you're trying to convince somebody of something, you can roll that con man skill. And that would be mind and will, I believe, would be the best combination for that. You guys can, have your opinions. I admit
that's going to be the best skill, is being a con
having
man.
to switch over to hundreds is just an extra step, really, not necessarily necessary. Anyway, all right. So what's the next? So you're you're just detailing those right now.
Yeah. I've got this all. Because I've gotten, like I said, you sent me the notes. I've gotten written down. I just had to figure out. So like he's at Sailor's 22, and I'm at 3 now. So it'd be 22 times 3, which is 66. Yeah.
So now when, as a sailor, you're going to know when his skills are going to be called for, and there is sailing involved, by the way.
Oh, cool.
So,
that's good.
And cowboy, the same thing. You're going to have plus 20 with lariat, let's say, plus 20 riding. But you don't have to list all that stuff, or else you go. Right. I'm going to send you the Chaosium character sheet just so you can see how crazy this can get. And you're going to say, Mario, thank you. I only have so much time left on Earth. So, Ellis and I, at least. Scott, I'll be
knocking on the door not long after you guys get there. So
You're starting to have a sense of.
well,
It gets
you
better
can't-
and better. Life
Yeah.
gets better and better. Let me tell you that.
I would agree
Right?
with that. I'll tell you. Hey,
And worse and worse. Ironically, also worse and worse.
I'm just hitting my groove, man.
Yeah.
Those two things together. That's life.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that about the Chaosium character sheet. I looked up character sheets.
I'm going to look it up right now.
See if I could come up with.
They give them to you for free on their website.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, well, I couldn't
We're
remember.
not going to use them because they're insane.
Oh,
You get
okay.
1 point. You get like 1 point out of 100 for doing something. It just takes too long to. First of all, they want you to start as a dirt farmer, just off the farm.
Uh-huh.
You just fell off a turnip truck, and you're new in town, and you don't have any skills, or you have like 30% skills, so you can't really do much. And that's fine if you have an eternity to play.
Yeah,
I don't think we do.
No.
Well, you
If
want
we're
to.
lucky, this could go on for a couple of years. If we're lucky, or if I'm lucky, I should say.
I found a
Maybe
chaos.
you don't feel that way.
No, we'll get some traction, and we'll see how we do.
It gets better the more. We play.
Yeah,
The
sure.
more- Once you get
Well,
into it,
it'll help for me to know a little bit what I ought to be doing. And I'll do some YouTube research. I'll let somebody.
you won't have to do that.
I won't have to.
No.
So here's the one I found on.
No, okay. For these character sheets, no. These are simple.
Okay.
The other ones are super complicated
Mhm.
and time consuming. Look how much time this is taking.
Yeah.
But I'll give you that you normally just roll up one character.
And Scott has is showing an example right now, of the Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah,
That's
The lists that you can
that's
do.
one of them. Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them.
that's just one I found.
So that's
Yeah.
one of those things where everybody gets so madly detailed oriented. Basically,
Look at
they're
this
writing
It's
yeah,
Look at
three
Yeah.
pages.
fill in the blanks.
Well,
It would probably be a good way to start a fiction attack on a character. To feel like you knew him, feel like he was whole cloth.
yeah, but
For writing, you mean?
Yeah, for writing.
maybe I don't know. Anyway, okay, I think
Okay.
I've got my character. I don't have. I got a few little things. Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
I gave Robinson a revolver.
You gonna make him a dead eye too? Sure.
Unless he's got soldier, or this guy does have a
He
weapon.
doesn't have soldier, so he won't be.
As deadly accurate.
You can do that in preview. I do a lot of cutting and pasting in preview.
Yeah. I was actually printing up my neat one in preview. I had something going in it. I figured out to.
Only because Photoshop takes a little longer to get going.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm using. I'm using
Illustrator. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the text. Anyway, I think I'm good.
Illustrator is great for this.
Yeah. Let's see. Did I do his?
I designed my character sheets on Illustrator. I don't have it anymore. I designed a lot of the character sheets on Illustrator.
Oh yeah, that's
It's easier.
I just copied yours into. I took that PDF and dropped it in.
Okay.
It was no big deal.
Can you send Ellis that sheet, a blank sheet like that?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll make a blank sheet. And
He has more spaces, so he has more spaces for the skills.
Okay.
I'll do that, and he could.
And we didn't really get to do much with Ellis, but we could do that the next time, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess it's we're getting close to an hour. Do you guys want to just shoot the breeze? Now, what do you have, Mario? Do we see what you are as a skilled guy, or are you just a kind of like the guy?
I'll have non-player characters, NPCs,
You're an
You
NPC.
gotta have a character.
I will have NPCs because
Right.
everyone else in the world is run by me
Uh-huh. Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. See,
or
I
represented.
thought you would have a character too, and I was wrong. I didn't know that.
No,
Wow.
no.
I never thought about that as a thing. I mean, I'm so used to playing role-playing games, I didn't realize that Ellis might not understand that aspect of it.
No. I guess the guy running things can't be a guy that everybody's sniping on and saying, I got you right in the.
No, I'll be sniping because
Okay.
I'm going to run the bad guys.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
See?
All right.
Yeah,
Even though we roll for them too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm
Yeah, I kind of get it.
I'll know what
You're
their
kind
powers are.
kind of the dealer, and we're all around the table.
That's a simile, yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever played craps
Yes, I have.
in Vegas? Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I like blackjack. I'm not a gambler, but I just did it once in a
Yeah.
casino.
Yeah. Blackjack.
And I
is
walked away
scary.
with
You have to be so
$100.
quick, or they get.
I only did it. I was on a cruise ship, and I,
Mhm.
normally, and I used to go to Vegas in a work-related situation, and I would only spend $10 on the slots. And I was
Mhm.
on a cruise, and I walked into the casino, and I said, "Okay, $10. If I lose, I'll walk out of here." But I won, so I got like $30 or something. So I walked up to the blackjack table because James Bond plays.
Right.
They call it baccarat, I think.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And we walked over. I walked over. I was by myself, and I started winning. I got over $100, and then it started going back down. And I said, and I walked out of there with $100. So
There you go.
that's it. I'll never do that again. My luck will change.
I went in one time and with a video game conference, and my strategy was to bet big and bet twice. And so I think it was $100 or $150, and I went black and red on roulette, and I won. And so it's like I doubled and doubled. So it was I think it was about $600, and everybody was so impressed by that. That was in my little crowd at the show, because everybody goes to Vegas and loses. So somebody walking out with $600 is like
I don't
such
get
a
gambling.
such a rare animal. Oh, it's the saddest thing in that book about how to give yourself good habits. What's it called? Learning habits. It's got this awful story about this woman that became addicted to gambling. It's got that little side trip of like.
Evidently, well,
You have to
addiction.
control
Everybody
your
has some form of addiction.
Yeah.
From there's a range from, is it just something I'm doing because I like doing it and it's not really hurting anybody, or to the next level, well, this is a little like I imbibe cannabis, and I know it's not good for it. It can't hold good for me. I'm 75 and I'm not on any other medications.
Yeah.
So,
Me neither. Yeah, I think we're rare birds there. I'm 71 and not one of these guys that say, "Oh, I gotta get my medicine, gotta get my prescriptions filled." I don't have anything. I got over the counter crap, a few supplements and stuff like that. That's it. And as far as dipping into the cannabis, I don't budget. I don't budget for anything like that. And plus it's too strong anymore. I'd get something that would
strong.
just knock me down.
I'm used to. I'm usually on whenever I'm on here, by the way.
Oh, really? You're stoned? Okay, a little bit.
Well, I don't like to lose control. So
Yeah.
of myself. So I'm not walking around, in a stupor. Or when I start feeling like that, I back up.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 drinks of vodka, hot vodkas, I guess, with V8 vodka, hot sauce, and pepper, and lemon, a lot of lemon. Yummy.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah,
So
vodka's the best drink.
I suffer from anxiety. So, and there's a trick to levels of artistic achievement, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If you're the crazier you are, the better you're going to be an artist.
I think that's true.
Yeah, there is a kind of there's this cartoonist talks about, he credits his early peyote experience with a very transformative moment in life when he was able to step outside of himself a little bit. And from that point on, he felt like he was just more and more in control of his life throughout.
And there's a price you pay for that, for everything. It's and I'm going to work in a little biblical reference.
Okay.
And that is because I'm reading some Bible related material right now, just studying, and one of the things the correlation finally dawned on me about why ignorance is bliss is a little simplification. That's a simplification, but when the more knowledge you have, the less in paradise you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. As a rule, the person that knows everything is the guy that's in charge of everything. He's going to have lots of grief. Yeah.
I'll give you a practical example. 2 years ago, the owner of the company I work for passed away, and typically we would have a quarterly financial meeting where they would assemble everybody in the company and they would talk about where our finances were. Well, we hadn't had one for about 2 years, and everyone's been like, why haven't we had one? And they thought maybe the family was hiding something. Well, I found out recently that one of the reasons, because we were about $7 million in debt, and nobody knew it. The owner was borrowing money to keep the company afloat.
That'd freak everybody out.
Well, now thankfully we've paid off all but about $500,000 of it in the last 2 years. But
Wow.
they presented that to us managers. I said, "Can I share this with my staff?" And they said, the owner's daughter said yes, or I guess she's the owner now.
Oh.
The owner's daughter said yes. Please share it with your staff. And I told them, I said, thank God I didn't know we were $7 million in debt, because I was worried about my job anyway from the guy.
Yeah. You didn't need that, did you? Yeah.
No, I didn't need that stress.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes not knowing is good.
Mm-hmm.
I just emailed you guys a PDF of the character sheet.
How about that?
All the numbers are taken out, but it still has the attribute.
Has your form, okay.
Yeah, so you can use it. I sent it to you too, Mario.
And just as an addendum to what we were just discussing,
Yes.
it's also what I meant as an example is when you start reading history gives you a bigger view of humankind and what we've been up to, even though it's always slightly distorted because reality can't be recorded. But
Right.
You can get images, but
Right.
it's you never get the complete picture unless you experience it yourself, I think. Anyway, the point was that the more you learn about the wars, and this is ongoing, nothing's really changed. It seems like everything's coming to a head now. It's just repeats and repeats.
It really is. It is very cyclic.
But so I've even gotten beyond the sometimes I get beyond. Oh God, this place is a mess. What the hell is going on? Why are these people acting so crazy? Stop having wars. Stop hating. Blah 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 blah. And it's just part of life, and it's not going to change.
Yep.
I don't think it will. I was listening to a thing. I was watching a thing about the Crimean War. It's all right there. It's Russia and Ukraine. That area,
Yeah, it's been done before. Yeah, and it's like you're not going to get Russia to be defeated. They're not going to give up what is commonly referred to as the breadbasket of
now.
of their area, and you don't give up something called the breadbasket, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like they're in it to the end, and so what does that mean? That's got to be moderated.
Not to say that that it'll change again to something. There are periods that were good,
Right.
or at least for us anyway.
Right.
Not for everybody.
Yeah, but
Right there, the Donbass and the border things. Those guys fiercely murder each other every chance they get. Yeah, we
should obviously we want, even if we concede the idea that humans typically fight over resources or perceived resources, it's good to work and to try and get peace, even if it's just temporary.
Yeah.
And hopefully temporary is,
that's your main point, is that it is going to be temporary, but what the hell? You gotta just go with the flow. You gotta try for it here, and then it's going to erupt later, but you try anyway. Yep.
Yeah. One of the problems is a lot of these areas that are so volatile in the world. It tends to be that the areas are broken down by artificial borders.
It's all artificial borders.
Well, it's all artificial, but it's not. But they tend to mix different ethnic groups and different tribes and that sort of thing, or different ideologies.
Yes, that's it. And that's not like that just started happening.
Oh no, that's gone on forever.
Mm.
I mean, since biblical times,
That's right.
Certainly. So, and I don't think I think it's just part of
that temporary peace, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, you want it to be minimized, and certainly, and you hope that people are sensible enough not to use some of these weapons that we have now. They're so destructive.
That could happen.
It could. I mean,
it takes a couple of hotheads, and as Ellis and I discussed, we have another theory.
Yeah.
The worst people tend to rise to the top.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rahm Emanuel is being floated as the strongest Democrat guy to put on the ticket for president. And this is a guy, I associate Rahm Emanuel of the phrase "never let a crisis go to waste," and that is so exploitive in terms of like what you're thinking about. It's like you aren't thinking about solving something; you're thinking about, look, let me add it. I want that crisis to do a few things with, and it's like that bugs me a little bit.
Well, think about it. What would make you a politician? What's stopping you from being a politician?
Oh gosh, if we look at this sheet, it would be my charisma power. Yeah, that would be. I would lack that. Yeah,
obviously, he's better hair.
Yeah.
I think
better hair. Yeah, that'd be a big.
I'll tell you. You talked about knowledge making you unhappy, or something along those lines. I think one thing that, as I've gotten older, that I've realized is ambition is what makes.
Yeah, that can make you unhappy too.
Ambition can make someone unhappy. Oh, sorry, the bells are ringing again.
And you can start comparing yourself to other people.
That's another mistake.
Yeah. Don't compare yourself.
That's a terrible.
Or if you're going to do that, make sure it's a mixture of the people who aren't doing as well as yourself.
Yeah.
And then this is okay. I'm not doing so bad actually. I'm not in an African village afraid of the next clan coming over with machetes.
Yeah, exactly. There's people with real problems in the world.
Yeah. A bit worried about bombs dropping.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
Yeah. To understand, well, we're stepping out. We're going over my threshold today. I could have I could die.
Yeah, in reality, we're very fortunate, but see, most people never think of themselves as fortunate. They say, well, they look at what they lack. If only I had this, I'd be happy. And, that doesn't usually work out,
Yeah. Hey, Mario, I tried Zoom last night with a bunch of old friends, and Zoom wasn't bad.
I used to use Zoom a lot.
If you want to use Zoom instead of this, of course, I think we've kind of figured this out in terms of
Well,
like
you
our
got
connection.
this working out. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll use this then. Okay.
I just
We're
knew
fine.
Zoom. That was the only one I really knew.
Yeah.
Well, Zoom wouldn't. You couldn't put Zoom on YouTube, could you?
No, it doesn't link up. And the free Zoom, it limits you to about 40 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
So
We haven't got any
Good
comments,
here.
have we, Ellis?
And you're right. We just got the system down. We're just getting it down.
yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're getting good with this.
So
We share our
hang
screens.
in there, Ellis. Hang in there on the game.
Oh, I'm going to use that new sheet that Scott sent, and I'm going to fill it out nice and neat. And like I
If you
say,
have any questions, just send me an email.
sure.
And
And I appreciate
too.
your little incentive note that you sent me today about the cover. That it's going to look good. It's going to look good.
See the color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Are we about done?
I think we are winding down.
Okay.
So we're at
Thank you,
56
fellas.
minutes. 56
Always
minutes.
a pleasure.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry for but you guys knew when you went in that you were dealing with a newbie, and so
No, that's fine.
It's fine.
So-
Yeah, we're not on any sort of pace. So
okay.
Scott's
So
a
we-
detail guy.
Yeah.
I think it's important to him and me that you know what you're doing.
He'll take care of my
Or
slack.
something like that.
Okay.
I mean, you know what you're doing, and I think you're going to be excellent at this.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I
You
like
got the imagination.
You'll catch it once you catch on. We're doing all the accounting work now.
yeah.
Once we get into it, it'll this is the drudgery.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
not even,
guys,
to me,
we're
it's not even drudgery. It's fun.
That's
Okay,
fine.
that's all
No,
right.
I'm in math.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ellis.
If pot was involved, it would be fun, I'm sure.
It is
Okay.
involved. Oh,
What typically was
doesn't make
there?
me-
Was there
well,
drugs
actually,
going
it
on most of the time?
It does make me feel better. I get
Sure.
anxious. I get very anxious. I have a problem.
When you played most of the time, or you?
All my whole life. I've had this problem all my life.
Yeah,
So-
me too.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
and I exacerbated it.
Yeah.
I exacerbated it by loving caffeine via Diet Coke too, and I
Caffeine.
just drink those, and then of course I was nuts.
Sugar. Yeah.
Sugar and caffeine. Okay, I guess we're ending the stream for everybody
Okay.
that watched us struggle tonight, the struggle session.